channel. Welcome to the last January Kickstart episode. We've saved this very highly requested video for last, a vegan and keto meal plan for the day, and I'm showing you how I'd meal prep it too. So if you're not familiar with keto, watch this video. It's linked in the description, but it is a high-fat, moderate protein, low carbohydrate diet. You commonly see a lot of meat, eggs, and vegetables in a keto diet, so a lot of people assume it can't be done vegan. You'll see today that it can be done. It's not easy, but it can. The question is, should it be? My personal opinion is that a keto diet is already very restrictive and a vegan diet is already restrictive. And when you put those two together and you make it soy-free, you end up with this crossover where very few items are left available, so it's sort of the ultimate restrictive diet. Does that mean you shouldn't do it? Who am I to say? You do you. If you want to experience the benefits of ketosis while vegan, then sure, you could. Would I do it? No. But so many of you wanted it that I took the time to figure out a meal plan that would work, keeping the ratio of fat high enough, net carbs low enough, with moderate protein. And like I said, I took the added challenge of not including any soy. Can I at least get a thumbs up for effort? For breakfast, I've outlined enjoying half of an avocado and a bulletproof coffee. I take an avocado half, and if you don't know this nifty hack, a glass can scoop that avocado right out of the skin, and then slice. I also add some everything but the bagel seasoning, so simple but so delicious. From my bulletproof coffee, I'm leaving out the butter since this is vegan, and instead just adding a tablespoon of MCT oil and a pinch of cinnamon. I talk about MCT oil in my keto smoothies video, and these are all vegan too, also linked in the description. Blend it up and you get a frothy, rich coffee that will keep you full for hours. After all, it's easy for a bulletproof coffee to become very calorie dense depending on how much butter or oil you add. That combined with the avocado, and I'm set until lunch. Side note, when I do keto, I usually don't eat breakfast other than a bulletproof coffee. In fact, I like to do intermittent fasting with keto because I'm not hungry when I'm in ketosis anyway. I don't need to meal prep breakfast. We all know avocados shouldn't be cut too long before eating, so I just whip that up the morning of. For lunch, I'm making a green smoothie bowl, or it could just be a smoothie if you prefer. In this smoothie, I've got avocado, which is high in fat, but also fiber and nutrient rich, spinach, which is actually a green that's higher in protein, unsweetened almond milk, macadamia nut butter, which is lower in carbs and higher in fat, spirulina powder, which is extremely nutrient dense and surprisingly high in protein per gram, and for a protein boost and thickener, I'm adding a plain unsweetened almond yogurt. Read the label of yours. This was Kite Hill brand, not sponsored, and it has 5 grams of protein, 16 grams of fat, and only 2 grams of carbohydrates. Add sweetener to taste, something that won't affect blood sugar. I have a video on sweeteners if you want to learn more, and blend. This should be thick because the goal is to make it a smoothie bowl where you can eat it with a spoon. Then I top it off with pumpkin seeds, chia seeds, and hemp hearts, which are all high in protein. The chia seeds are also actually high in carbs, but all of the carbs are from fiber, which means they are low in net carbs. So what is a net carb? If you take your total carbohydrates and subtract the fiber, which are the non-digestible carbs, you end up with the net carbs, which debatably are the carbs that matter for keto. We're not gonna debate that today. What I found is that it really depends on the person and their individual carb tolerance. Some people can handle more carbs than others on keto, some can handle more fiber, some can handle more protein. It all depends on you, and the only way to know is to actually check your blood ketone levels, which is sort of a pain. Well, it's actually a literal pain too. This smoothie bowl is very green. It's nutritious and even more delicious than it looks. Add more milk to thin it out and drink as a smoothie on the go instead. Keep in mind, spirulina tastes like seaweed. You don't really want to taste it, and you sort of have to adjust to taste. Start with 1 teaspoon, but as you get used to the taste, you might be able to handle 1 to 2 tablespoons, depending on the person. I personally stick with 1 to 2 teaspoons max, but if you can handle more, it does mean more protein. To meal prep, store your spinach, avocado, macadamia nut butter, and spirulina in a freezer-safe jar or bag, freeze, and then thaw out before adding the yogurt and milk and blending. Easy peasy. If you want more vegan, keto, or vegan keto content, subscribe. And don't forget to hit the bell so that your subscription actually notifies you of my videos. For dinner, we've got a roasted tahini vegetable bowl. I actually love this meal even as a non-vegan. I toss broccoli, Brussels sprouts, and pumpkin seeds with oil, tahini, and salt. And remember, with low-carb lifestyles, most people don't need to be as conservative with salt because your kidneys expel a lot of sodium while in ketosis. I add that to a baking tray and roast up until crisp and tender. I then add some Kalamata olives and toss and serve in a bowl with avocado and sesame seeds. This is so delicious, savory, nutty, and super filling. It's a large serving, but it is mostly vegetables. For meal prep, I mix the vegetables and pumpkin seeds together and store them for later in the week when I'm ready to cook. Then I can toss them with everything else and roast. It just cuts down on a step to make the weeknight cooking quicker. I love this dinner because it gives me high fat and moderate protein without using soy. If you're a vegan who eats soy, you're in luck. Keto will be easier for you. But if you're a vegan who doesn't include soy in your diet, keto is going to be hard. Tofu, tempeh, and seitan are going to give you a lot more options to keep meals versatile. Also, because this is vegan, the overall protein is going to be a bit lower than traditional keto, but that's okay because keto isn't a high protein diet, so we have a little bit of wiggle room. Like I said, it depends on the person. For a snack, we're making the easiest fat bombs ever. What are fat bombs? Well, little bombs of fat, of course. With many other diets, this would sound like a death wish, but on keto, the more fat, the better. Fat bombs can be a great way to up your fat ratio and offer a snack or a little sweet treat dessert opportunity. For these, I simply combine warmed or melted macadamia nut butter and coconut oil. I put them into little silicone molds and freeze. Later, I can enjoy a few and satisfy any craving. Although, to be honest, one thing I do love about keto is how I don't tend to get cravings. Pretty neat. I hope you enjoyed this meal plan. If it seems restrictive, you're right, but it could be right for some people. We're all different. If you want to try out a keto diet, vegan or not, do your research as it requires a lot of preparation and planning. It's definitely not a willy-nilly diet that you can test out for a few days and fully understand it. It requires consistency for weeks, preferably months, to really see and feel the benefits. And you want to make sure you know what's going on with your body and not just listening mindlessly to what someone on the internet says. If you want more keto recipes, I have a few other videos I will link in the description, and I also have a low carb meal prep recipes ebook if you want to check that out. It's not vegan, but it is low carb, and I also have a completely vegan recipes ebook, which is not low carb, but it is vegan. Like I said, the two don't really go together, but to each their own. The ebooks are at mindovermunch.com/ebooks, and you can get 10% off any ebook or package this month using the code KICKSTART. That's all for today, folks, and for this month. I'll be back next week, and we'll be back to our regularly scheduled program, posting every Thursday with some bonus Monday videos thrown in for fun too. Thanks for being here and for all of your support this month. It's been truly amazing. I'll see you next week, and remember, it's all a matter of mind over munch.